on?
We trying to play some settings here. Why is orientation locked online? I hate when they do that.
It's not showing on mine.
17 minutes in. What are you talking about?
17 minutes.
17. A minute and 24 seconds.
Yeah, it's on.
How's the lighting? I'm gonna try to go for one time. Alright. You need more water, Brady?
I'm good. Thank you though.
Damn, this blind looks hella thick. Are these half ounces?
Yeah.
You didn't want to show the guests our snack bucket?
I don't know.
What up, Steven?
That's weird. I guess they can come through this way. But just gotta be quiet and leave W upstairs. Of course, kids, gotta love them. Alright, welcome guys. If you're tuning in, we're just taking a few moments to see if everybody wants to jump on the live. And of course, you got Dropping Nukes, Brady the Great. Welcome to the channel. With it being August, and we're finding out that August is Rye Month, so we are going to celebrate and also close out Rye Month with some good rye bourbon.
Rye whiskey.
Rye whiskey, correction. Rye whiskey. It's been a while since we've been live. So
That is a Man City jersey, Steven.
Steven, what do you know about soccer, Puff? The Steven Puff or Cali?
It's Puff.
I just like three
Puff.
different Stevens.
Puff enjoys the
Soccer.
football.
Yeah. Go Man City. Holland's probably his favorite player.
The next time y'all play on the game together, you should ask him about the times of me busting his ass with England in our high school days.
You must have had Wayne and Rooney back then. Or
Rooney! There was one other dude on there. He was a forward guy.
Yeah, you got Valencia, you got Beckham, you got Rooney, you got Paul Scholes.
Puff said Liverpool.
I got a LFC shirt. What size shirt you wear? I'll send you the LFC jersey I got.
Huff was a France guy back in them days.
Thierry Henry.
And Croatia. We used to fuck with Croatia a lot too.
Croatia had always had a good team.
I always liked their uniforms.
Yeah, with the checkers.
Yeah, I thought they were dope.
Yeah.
Puff City's at XL.
Alright. So next LFC, the one I have is 2X, so it might be a little big. So my next one, I just got a good whiff of that. When I turned it, it's like.
I hope I get something on it because my right side of my face is all congested and I got my eyes water and my nose is over here.
But that storm bringing like a weird pollen or something, man. Like this.
I got ate up right after.
Yeah. So like some
So
weird
stuff
open
me up.
They're pretty freaking sweet.
I just like got a big whiff. Well, I think we've been waiting for about 15 minutes. If you're just joining, thank you for joining, and let's kick it off. Again, if you're new to the channel and you're just now checking us out, please subscribe, like, share, join the chat, comment. I got to figure out how to get people to join the live here.
Yeah, comment and say hello.
Tell us
Reach
where you're
out.
watching from.
Hit that like button for us. All the reactions will help us, obviously. That's the biggest way to help support and grow the channel. That being said, let's get into this.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try this twice barreled for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Old Jack the Reaper has been kicking it up a notch, man. Jack has been coming out with a bunch of good stuff. Also, Elijah Craig has been coming out with a bunch of good stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Elijah Craig came out with the toasted barrel bourbon a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to find at the time. Got more and more available. We see it on the shelf all the time now.
Yeah.
They decided to come out with a toasted rye. So the toasted rye just came out at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
When I went to Heaven Hill about 2 weeks ago, they just had it on the shelf in the gift shop. No limit.
Wow.
Even though they said it was allocated.
Nice.
It was $65. It's 94 proof, like your normal Elijah Craig. I was really impressed when I tried it.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be cool to put it up against our favorite, the Michter's toasted rye. And then I was telling these guys, I got this Jack twice barreled rye special release a couple months ago. Never opened it. Decided to open it for this. So that's our Fresh Crack Friday for Rye Month. The specialty of the Jack, it's 100 proof, but the special thing about it is it's 6 years, and then they put it in a toasted barrel for another 2 years. So
Nice.
it's an 8-year rye.
Nice. I can tell it's
dark.
pretty dark.
It's funny though, because looking at the glasses, one of them is the lightest,
Yeah.
but the other two are close.
Well, the lightest one is more than likely going to be the Elijah Craig.
I'm telling you guys though, I'm hoping at least that the Elijah Craig surprises.
Comes in second.
I've been wrong before, but
All right, so we are blinding these. These are
Yes.
blind. So are we gonna start?
let's start from the right today.
He wants to start from the light, so he know it's the lower proof. That's why he didn't. He went down.
You guys are speculating. I think we should just go ahead and get
But
it out
that's
of the
the
way.
thing. If you go to the
Let's start in the middle.
if you go to the lower proof, you won't be able to tell. But I like it. Give it
I
a
don't
chance.
care. We can go to the left if you
No,
want.
we can go right
We're
this
doing,
time.
we're doing middle.
The Michter's is 108, the Jack's 100, and the Elijah's 94. So they're all relatively close. I almost brought the K Luke with me.
That's
It
what I
was-
was about to ask.
It is. Chris mentioned that this morning. I thought it was like 118. It's actually like, I think it was like 110.
Yeah.
So I almost grabbed it, but I don't know. We got 4 or 5 more things we were gonna try after this, so I didn't know if it was a good idea to bring another.
It's Friday night.
It is Friday
Malt
night.
is a malted rye. We got a toast.
We're going out Labor Day like we brought Memorial Day in. Let's go.
It'd be a rough day tomorrow.
Shout out to the parents.
Yeah.
It'd be a
I
rough-
gotta be up at 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh, volleyball. You're
Yeah.
going to be standing on the sideline like, good day. Yeah. Spike that thing.
Do you want to start on the right or the left?
It don't matter to
We're
me.
going right to left.
All right.
So, initial notes.
I got cherry.
I get a lot of brown
Really?
sugar. The rye on there is pretty.
I can see that.
Like you can get the rye like it's like a mellow rye. It's not really overpowering.
I get marshmallow. I get toffee.
My whole right side is clogged, so
You ain't gonna taste nothing right.
I'm a one nose whiskey.
I get like some citrus and a little bit of like spice on it too.
Yeah.
Maybe the cherry note is the citry note.
Wow. So I think this may not be the Elijah Craig.
Reminds me an awful lot of Michter's.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
why I wanted to throw it in with it. Because everything too is this year they just came out with the toasted bourbon for this year.
I know, it's a nice bottle too. I like it.
Yeah, so we won't see the toasted rye again. The earliest would be this time next year, but they'll probably do the sour mash next year and then go back to the rye. So it'll be another 2 years.
Yeah.
And hell, around here it's $200. So
Luckily you got it for what, one something?
120. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Elijah Craig does better.
When was the last time that you actually walked into a store and just, oh, I'll take it?
Yesterday.
Never, not expecting to see it or buy it because that's what happened there.
Yeah.
It don't happen often.
Yeah.
Today.
Today? Well, I mean, you went to a release event though.
What'd you get today?
I'm talking about a regular walk in the store.
What did you get
and
today?
like,
I want to hear this.
I got an old Fitz today.
Yeah. Which one?
The 13.
They only had
The
one.
red label.
They only had one.
They had a couple. But
You told me the price for everything else, but you never told me the price for that.
because they were gone.
He got a backdoor deal.
I know he probably did. He probably got two.
I got one.
And with something else.
I almost got screwed. So I guess sidebar. I asked the guy. I walk up to the counter. I passed this guy that had an old Fitz, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" So I walk up to the counter and I asked the guy, "Hey, can I get an old Fitz?" And he said, "You got to talk to Harry, which is the owner." So I walk up to Harry. I'm like, "Hey, man, can I get an old Fitz?" And he was like, "Hey, shh." He walks up to the counter and he pulls out 3, and he sat on the counter and what was a 10 and 2 13s. Well, these 2 dudes are standing next to me. They immediately just reached past me and grabbed the 13s, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, Harry." I was like, "You got another 13, right?" And he was like, "No, that's it." I was like, "Well, it's bullshit, dude. You just told me you were going to give me a 13.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You can have the 10 if you want." And one of the guys turned around and he said, "Actually, I'll take the 10."
Yeah.
And handed me the 13. And Harry said, "There you go." I said,
Yeah.
"Thanks, Harry."
That's crazy.
Hey, if you're just joining in, we're actually doing this lineup blind. Interesting. They say that the Starlight Toasted is their favorite toasted this
Probably
year.
clearest palate. He's a little nasally.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my eyes won't stop watering or anything.
I got a Zyrtec. You take Zyrtec or
Oh, I
allergy?
didn't want to take any medicine with.
It's
Drinking.
not drowsy.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
regular allergy medicine.
Thank you for commenting, Torp. It's good to see you again.
Absolutely.
So I've not had.
He made it this time. He always said he keeps missing. You made it.
Yeah, he was the one that said Toasted Starlight's favorite from this year.
Yeah.
I've had the Double Oak Starlight. It's good, and then I have the cigar Starlight. That one's really good. A lot of people have really been hyping up Starlight this year. I've not tried a whole lot of their stuff. What? What?
I couldn't help it. Oh, wow. Y'all are going to be surprised with these.
Oh, did you
You
look?
saw.
He cheated.
On
He
accident.
cheated.
I saw that accident. I saw that accident.
First time in the history of the channel, the Bourbon Jamaican cheated.
I saw it on accident
From me or from him?
from one of y'all, but it might not be what I seen. But
Oh, you like saw the bottom of ours? I
Yeah.
thought you meant like you looked at yours. It's alright. I normally try to put my pinky.
That's what I did. I kept doing this, so I didn't see it. But
So now we're just gonna.
all right, we're gonna
We'll
drink.
keep
It's still
going.
blind.
We'll know which one is how the lineup goes based off of that finish.
I know. I'm just saying you are
Oh,
going
wow.
to be surprised.
What'd Torp say next?
Starlight is great love. I can't see because of that damn.
I know, that heart sits in the bottom every freaking time.
Got a store pick here of the Starlight store pick.
Oh,
Nice.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, the Total Wine, every time I go to Louisville, they've got like 3 or 4 Starlights.
I think this one is the Jack.
There we go.
Bump. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah. Good to put a comment and then bump every time.
Yeah, this one is pretty
smells
oaky.
fantastic.
It's pretty oaky and it's pretty spicy.
Spicy, but it's got like this maple
Yeah.
kind of smell to it.
I think this one's got to be the Jack. It has like that signature, not really the signature Jack, but you get like almost like it's like if you open a can of Coke, a Coca-Cola, you get that uniqueness. Like
Oh my
you
God.
can tell a can of Coke when you open a can of Coke.
That's like pancakes with syrup on it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
The initial response is kind of it tastes like that 13th colony.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like,
It's
that's
almost
wild.
it's got like a coffee on the back end.
Almost, yeah.
And
That's like real like an oily coat, but
It
it's
is.
the hug from beginning, and you still getting that warm hug.
It's still stirring and
Oh,
brewing
yeah.
in there right now. Like,
it leaves this this like
Like a coffee grain.
yeah, like the back of my
Yeah.
mouth. It's like this oily coffee ground charcoal kind of thing.
That is delicious.
That's really good.
These are gonna be hard to pick from, man. Especially glass number one.
what? Shelly over there.
Jeez, man, it's gonna surprise y'all. I ain't gonna lie. The Jack is pretty good.
When is toasted Buffalo Trace?
Double oak.
No, he said when is Buffalo Trace gonna make a toasted?
The double oak. Anything double oak is toasted. Anything toasted is
Yeah,
double
Buffalo
oak.
Trace doesn't make that though.
The
Right.
double oak
That's what he's
project.
saying.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm
that's
saying
not it.
the double oak is the toasted.
He's talking about Buffalo Trace.
I know.
Not
they won't-
Woodford.
I know. Oh shit.
He's saying when is Buffalo Trace gonna make a toasted?
Oh, sorry, that took a while to register. I'm over here like, yeah. Buffalo Trace.
Never.
I don't know.
They won't do it. I don't blame them though, because I don't know if I'd like it. It doesn't feel like it would fit.
What
for
would be
them, in
their
my opinion.
closest? Their closest toasted probably would be a
Well, they don't do anything double oaked or toasted.
yeah, but
Everything, all their barrels are charred. They don't do any toast and char stuff.
I'm trying to think something. They have to have something that's close.
Yeah, no.
Y'all want to go to glass 3?
Yeah.
I already tried it. I'm sorry.
Did you?
Yeah.
All
My
right.
bad.
I honestly, I don't even remember what it
This
tastes
one's a
like.
lot darker.
It has a fruit note to it,
Yeah, like a darker fruit.
like a stewed fruit.
It's hot.
One out of E.H. Taylor toast.
Hell, that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
That's where they do all the experimental stuff.
Yeah.
You think it's hot?
Yeah, this is hot. Glass 3 is hot. I'm not a fan of glass 3.
A toasted says. Probably make it taste better, to be honest.
If they did a toasted size, it would need to be higher than 90 proof.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my complaint with finished stuff. Oh man, that's got like turned to like a dark chocolate all of a sudden. Like,
But it's hot though. It's burning me right now. My chest is burning. I need a splash of water.
Sorry, I laughed because I didn't think any of them were hot, but I know you're gonna be the first one to say something's hot.
I know I need to get some of this stuff off the counter. I've actually got a shelf back here. So that's the shelf I was asking you about, Chris. The one back there. But I got the shorter one. You can set up like a coffee bar at your house with it.
He said 101 proof toasted Sazerac rye, Bourbon Jamaican pick. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
We'll slowly start taking donations. See if we can't throw something together.
That would be cool if a company. People are doing so many different things now, but think about it. Nobody does barrel picks where you can pick the proof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Old Forester says you want a barrel strength or 100, but what if you went somewhere and they gave you 2 barrels and they gave them to you at 4 different proofs, so you had 8 samples? You know what I mean? Because like if you add a drop of water in any of these are going to completely change.
Yeah.
That'll probably be one of the next big things.
How much water are you gonna splash in there?
Barrel,
Well, yeah,
barrel proofing.
Yeah.
Because some things honestly like distilleries will come out with a bottle and they'll say, "Oh, we watered it to 115 because it tasted better at 115 than it did 130."
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what some people like. Some people like that ethanol and that high proof. And then, but a lot, I think there's more beginners than there is like veterans in the bourbon world. So it's more welcoming to tame it down and to have it high. So all our high stuff will be like your stags and all that stuff. That's the hard to find stuff. But as far as marketing, I'm pretty sure they're just going to tame everything down. That way people are more likely to buy it because not everybody enjoys that super high proof.
Torb said, more water, more bottles, cheaper price could be a good way to still hit good flavor and not be 120 plus.
Yeah.
Hell, we've been getting rained on with Weller this week.
Yeah. It's been pretty interesting.
It hit Liquor Barn down in Covington too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gomer sent me a pic of.
He just sent me a Eagle Rare and blends. I just seen that.
All the Liquor
The
Barn
Weller was on the right, cut off on the picture.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Louisville chat's been blowing up. All the Liquor Barns and Evergreens have been getting Wellers. Last week, you guys were both out of town, but last week, not Liquor Barn, Jesus.
Light from the patio.
Danny,
Cheers.
Danny got Weller
Cheers.
last week.
I agree. Cheers to Friday, baby. It's been one hell of a week.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
I'm glad the week's over. Or we're at the holiday at least.
So, Glass 3, I like the nose, I like the palate, but what I will say is there's nothing memorable about it. You know what I
think
mean?
you're gonna be disappointed.
Well, no, like it's
That
a
was your
fine,
favorite.
it's
Glass
a
2 is.
it's a fine drink, but like looking at these, I can tell you one was really marshmallow forward, two was like the pancakes with syrup, and three, I can't really tell you something that stood out to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just an easy drinker,
I think
in my opinion. I know you said it was a little
that's
hot.
probably gonna be. They're gonna drink how I drank them. I think one was just too hot for me. Too much rye.
This one?
Yeah, I love rye, but that one was a little bit spicy. Every time I drink, it's like almost like a pepper, like a pepper burn.
Weller full proof, so underwhelming. It's good at 60, but 200 plus got a bad deal. We would agree with you in that statement.
Yeah. Some of the store picks are like really good, but they're still not $200 worth.
Yeah, that freaking the barrel proof, that's almost gone.
I like to. I've talked more about Starlight this year than these guys over here have. I'd like to hit that distillery this year.
Yeah.
Just I wanted to go get their Eclipse bottle,
Oh,
but it was a distillery only.
A guy I used to work with when I was in college, buddy of mine, he lives, bless you, he lives like 20 minutes from Starlight. So he goes there like once a month,
Yeah.
and he sends me pictures. And every time he goes in the gift shop, they've got like 8 things for sale, and they're all different finishes and different ages and stuff. And they rotate them all the time. Like they do a ton of experimentation. And their bourbon now, he was saying when he was there a month or two ago, they've even got 8-year bourbon now at cash strength. So they've really come a long way.
They've upped it up. Man, I must have really liked all these because all mine is gone and y'all are still like at half an ounce left.
Hey, I'm taking my time.
Glass.
Hey, live from the patio. We hit that subscribe button for you. Appreciate you tuning in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I didn't even think about it. I should have just threw the rest of the bottles on the counter. Now I'm gonna have to go up and go get it.
But one at a time. We'll throw them up eventually, but oh my goodness.
Torb said he'd trade it for a Stag Junior. I would definitely take a Stag Junior over a Weller Full Proof.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still trying to get a CYP to complete my halfway complete my
I was gonna say you still need a single barrel.
And they got a brown label one now too. So they got an orange.
What, the
and a
Daniel?
brown. No, it's like a
The
brown
Daniel.
one. Like it's a single barrel.
Yeah, that's the orange.
And then there's another one.
No,
Yeah, there is.
Another
It's
one
like
in-
a
that's
brown.
fake.
The Daniel
It's
Weller.
Yeah, the brown's fake.
Oh.
There's a Daniel Weller and there's the Millennium. But
The
those are
Daniel
one and
is
done.
3,000 and the Millennium 7.
76. Anybody got $7,600 I can get so I can get this Weller in a box or a gimmick in a box.
Life from the patio said that You gonna jump on? Me and Brady believe in the neck pour.
Hell yeah.
The neck pour of my Weller Foolproof was underwhelming, but after it opened up, it's pretty damn good.
Man, ain't no damn neck pour. You just got to do my neck pour trick.
All that does is wet the cord.
Look, this is the neck pour trick.
All that does is wet the cork. I do that before I open it. I broke too many corks. Like I always do that.
Get some little bit of juice to let that cork.
Tur said that Larceny is better than Weller.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I just don't drink them all that often because they're so hot. They're to me like
What?
We haven't done a video of larceny, have we? I don't think we've ever had larceny on the channel.
I think because we finished one that Block B or something
What?
like that. We had larceny on here. We haven't.
No.
Well, we got 2 foolproof then.
But I've got a couple at the house. But you think that glass one was hot? Those larcenies. I have a glass of larceny and I'm done for the night. They put some hair on your chest.
Yeah, that
I
was
like the
135.
flavor. Oh man, those larcenies have so much flavor, but they're like 125, 135 proof, and
Costco.
they drink like it.
Kroger's had some yesterday, some store picks, and they also had 1792 barrel proof store pick, which I got one because I wanted to make sure all my ones on the walls are like store picks. But that
8124 is still available, still findable. Get it while you can.
Yeah, I haven't had that larceny. I got all 3 from last year. I liked them, but like I said, I mean, I don't drink them all that often. I've had like 2 ounces out of each bottle.
Yeah.
10 push-ups. Let's go, Larceny BP.
maybe next live stream we'll do some larcenies. I'll bring the 3 or 4 I got.
So where y'all at on these?
The same way I drink them is the same way I got them lined up.
Oh, you're going right to left?
Yep.
I agree.
It's kind of debatable for me between 2 and 1.
Are you calling this one or this one?
My
Yes.
right, the first one.
I agree.
It's going back and forth, and I keep going back and forth on them, and the flavors keep changing on me and everything like that. But like easily, I could be happy with whatever decision I make here.
Yeah.
So 2 is a lot sweeter than 1. 1 was a little spicier. I liked that 1 was more complex.
Why 1 wasn't spicy at
But
all? I
this
think one just had so much flavor and the profile was just so.
My only complaint about 2 is the longer it sits on my tongue, the drier it gets. It's almost got like a chalkiness to it.
Oh, no. I got a good feeling you're gonna be this.
Which makes me, I'm pretty sure I know, I think I could guess how this is gonna go.
What was it? What would your guess be for glass number 2? Out of curiosity.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
No, I want Brady to tell me. I just want to know before we.
I know, I didn't want to say nothing if Chris is still drinking.
No.
I think the middle glass, that's what you're talking about, right?
Hold on. Look, if Chris is ready, we can. I just want to hear what his middle glass, what he thinks his middle glass is.
no, you're good. I'm probably gonna put 2 as my number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's the Jack.
Yeah.
I think it's Elijah Craig, Jack, Michter's is the way we drink them.
See, I think Elijah's on the end.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think we just put the Elijah in
I think
first,
it's
the two of
I
us.
think it's reverse this way. I think is how we drink.
So let's do last place. My last place is the 3rd glass.
That's MT.
It's Michter's toasted.
Wow.
We finally dethroned it. That was the goal.
That's interesting. Number 2.
Is Jack Daniels.
Jack's the middle glass, which was the first glass we drank was the Elijah.
And I took the
That
Jack.
was amazing.
So we picked the Elijah in first and Chris put it in second. The Jack, I liked that maple syrup pancakey note, but I got that char on the back end, and like the longer the finish went on, the more like a chalky kind of, like I could feel it sticking to my throat, but it was dry.
Yeah, we raved about the mixtures, but like as it sits, it's just I don't know. It changed
It's really good. I like the sweetness.
by itself. Like if
By
it's
itself.
enough, it's good by
It
itself.
doesn't stand up to these because the other 2 have long finishes.
Yeah,
For that Elijah Craig being 94 proof, I think it has a really good finish.
very good finish. And I wonder if
That's-
I could get like a half ounce more because it is that
You
good.
have as much as you want.
Says I'm gonna get into this Elijah Craig. Do I have a? I ain't got it toasted, so now I got to get one of these. Where is it? At?
Torb said
Do the
we gotta
story.
get the Starlight toasted.
Yeah.
I'll check it out tomorrow.
I'll be in Bardstown in 2 weeks, so if you want one of these, I can get them. I might end up needing a second if I keep drinking this one.
Yeah, man,
I really like that.
I really like it too. And for me, 94 is like right up my alley. So 94 to 100, you know, that's.
It is funny though that like the Michter's Toasted has been our favorite toasted rye.
No matter what.
Yeah, and it's beat 3 other bottles before this wine. And told the guys, I was like, I know we've done the Michter's Toasted comparison before, but I didn't want to do an Elijah Craig video just because everyone's been doing them for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be better to do it live and kind of mix it up and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it won though. I'm gonna have just a sip of it.
It is good.
You want some, Chris?
I'm just like blown away. Yeah, pour him some. He'll have some on how good it is.
Sheldon said you're thirsty.
What?
Sheldon said you look thirsty.
Alright.
But
Is there a toasted bourbon in there open?
Right here. That's exactly what I was looking for, bro. It was in my
We can
hand.
compare it.
that's another Elijah Craig toasted, but it's not a rye though.
No, you can compare it if you want.
Yeah.
The bourbon versus the rye.
That's what we did with that new riff release.
Yeah. So we're adding just a regular old toasted.
It's also 94 proof.
I brought this. I don't know if you saw it, Sheldon.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I am looking forward to trying that.
We tried it. Is that another one they just sent you? You just got that one?
That's the one he got in his
Didn't
box.
try.
Ah, it was in the box.
I think you're gonna be surprised by it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, ooh wee, you know what I mean? But it was late night when I tried it too.
We're probably gonna eat out.
Yeah, I've tried the new rye.
I bought some pizza.
You bought pizza?
Yeah.
I didn't know Newly did a toasted rye. Hopefully they have that at Bourbon Fest. I'd like to try it.
Somebody
They got
posted
it
something.
at Buttermilk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Newly's expensive.
It
so
is.
it's $100 bottle. I don't want to. I did that in the past. I bought a Newly Double Oak store pick. It was like $90, and I did not like it at all. I ended up giving it away.
The first bottle that Meg picked out at that Industrial Good Spirits
Yep.
was a new Lou
Oh, I remember.
toasted bourbon.
I remember you texting me about that.
Tell you what, the rye in this is it got to be like a different rye. It's not like no regular rye. It's almost like it's malted.
No, it's not. I know.
It's creamy. It's very creamy though.
I think that they did. I think they did a heavier toast on the rye than the bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the mash bill on it. It's a high corn or a low rye. The rye.
The rye. It's got to be, but you still get that strong hint of the rye, but it's just so creamy.
Look what Sodnubry you were for the life of the patio. It's funny.
51 rye, 35 corn, and 14 malted barley.
So there's some malted in there. I knew it.
There's malted barley and everything.
Malted, but I'm just saying you still get that creaminess from the malt.
So the bourbon to me is just vanilla brown sugar
Yeah.
on the nose.
So you get a hint of like truffle. Like
The
a
rye, man, the rye is like, it's marshmallow and it's almost like a toffee or almost a butterscotch.
Oh, it's almost like
Oh.
a coffee or almost a butter.
Wow.
Playback.
Didn't know you liked my voice that much.
That's cute.
See, I like that toasted, but that smells like an old Catholic church pew right now when I taste
Is that the bourbon?
Yeah.
It's very dry.
And I like
You still got that malted new riff this year? Yeah,
The malted
Torup's a fan. I think it's over there to the right.
I like that one a lot too. That was the one video where you both said you liked the Balboa more than that one, and I said the opposite.
I think Brady, I got the maltster. Is that it?
No, it's the red one. I think I brought it.
Brady brought that one. I think I just got the
We're huge
Balboa.
new riff fans over here, man.
That 6-year malted rye is awesome. When they did that distillery only 8-year version of that at cash strength, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was the high note that we did in the video.
Man, that was like the unicorn. Like it came and went. Like nobody really that high note. I think Brady ended up getting one bottle.
Yeah.
'Cause
I didn't
they
get the
came out with
wheat
two different
one.
ones. Yeah. But those like came and went so quick. Nobody really got a chance to.
I like how he said, "Don't try the single barrel rye." I get that one for me, please. Unfortunately, that was a one and done. Like that sold out online in like 2 minutes. I got really lucky that I had got that high note one.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do it again though. The single barrel rye though, I've only bought one, and it was a 6-year like distillery only master distiller pick, and that one was really good. But I've heard a lot of people say that the single barrel picks that are on the shelf at stores are not all that great from New Riff.
It's hit or miss. So I think I ended up getting a bottle of the 8-year. I don't think I opened it because when we went and did the tour, that was like the feature, but
Right.
they didn't have one available because whatever they had, they sold out online.
Yep.
What did I go there to get? And I ended up getting two.
The sherry.
Yeah, so I got the sherry finish.
Oh,
and
man.
8-year.
Torp, if you like that 6-year malted rye, the sherry finish 6-year malted rye,
Yes.
that I think that's actually better than the 8-year barrel proof malted
Yeah,
rye.
it
That
is
sherry
delicious.
finish, that's the best thing New Riff's ever made in my opinion.
I think the 8-year is my fave.
The 8-year's good, but that sherry finish rye, that was like candy.
Yeah.
That's a scary bottle. You could sit down and just keep drinking that one.
I know. Well, I think I was a little shaky on that one. Did me and you do the video on that, or did I do
Yeah.
it by myself?
You and I did that one. Chris was traveling.
Oh my God. We had to put that to rest real quick. I think
They put a press release earlier that we should read when we start chilling. It's for that new Booker's.
What the second
Online
one,
only
this
for
one?
the barrel bourbon.
What the 20-year toasted single barrel? Why would you take a 20-year bourbon and put it in a toasted barrel unless it sucked?
Ice wine. Barrel bourbon has.
Hazel Hayden 10-year.
980 proof for a 10-year. Ha.
That reserves. That's the press release that came out today.
That's what I was hoping would be in my box. Cause they said it was gonna be 2 little books this year.
Right. Well, the little book is the one, that one's called the Infinite. This one, wait till you get to the stats on this. So Jim Beam announced today that they're gonna come out with something called the Booker's Reserves. They talked about it when I was at the Jim Beam event a couple weeks ago. The youngest thing in the blend is 8 years and 2 months. And it goes up to 14 years and 4 months. And it's 126 proof. And the price wasn't terrible. It says it at the bottom.
130 bucks.
Yeah, 130. So $30 more than a normal Booker's. And it's 8 to 14 years. 125.9 proof. But it does say on there, extremely allocated. I'm hoping they bring it to Bourbon Fest and let us buy it there. I doubt they will, but would be cool. It's got like it's got a really cool brown label on it too, instead of that the black and white. Said sherry with a sick face, doesn't like those, can't stand the sherry. And Joseph Magnus, I've only had one Joseph Magnus, and I didn't think it was that bad. Sherry to me can either be really good or bad. It depends on how dry it makes the whiskey.
I don't think that I haven't had any of the dark arts.
I haven't either.
I've seen them, but they're another bottle that's what, like $100.
Yes.
And it's like
It's like a 7-year
I don't wanna-
MGP.
Yeah, I don't want to pay the $100 of unknown. You know, I haven't pulled it.
I've heard that the Dark Arts store picks can be really good, but we haven't gotten any around here. Like the Bourbon Junkies did a 10-year. They bought 2 10-year barrels, blended them together, and released it as a Dark Arts pick. A lot of people said it was really good, but it was like $175 for a 10-year. It's crazy. It's the other one I hope I get that Parker's.
Here's a little book.
Yeah. Hit the press release on that one. You're gonna want that one.
I want the King of Kentucky.
Oh well, yeah. That was the raffle bottle last night. I put my tickets in. I
Yeah.
lost. Disappointed. The little book's got a black label now too on the bottle instead of a white.
20 years, 14 years, 7 years, and 8 years.
It's all bourbon too. There's no experimental about this little book. This one also though is going to be extremely allocated, and it's
$200.
$200 and it's 119.4 proof. I think is trying to do math on the ABV percent. Not very good at math. But I did get a confirmation while I was at Jim Beam. The Little Book Infinite and the Booker's Reserve will be an annual release. It's just this is year one.
Apparently, it's already hit the shelves for some people.
It just came out, yeah. But every year, this is year one, and then every year going forward, it's going to come out again.
Penelope's putting out a lot of stuff this month.
I mean,
this is the month.
Mario
right
has
here.
showed back up.
That barrel is the one I told you I was going to bring last month for us to try, and I forgot it.
We're gonna try that Pursuit United Double Oak.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually like that. One of the nights that we did the bottle kill, like I thought that the Pursuit was actually really tasty.
I liked it. That was one where the further I got down the bottle, the more and more I liked it. Those are always disappointing when you crack it open and the first like 4 ounces out of the bottle you have. No matter how long, even if it takes you 6 months to drink those 4 ounces, you're still like, I don't like this. And then when you finish it off, you're like, man, I wish it always tasted like that.
Yeah.
The Peerless Rye was like that for me. I did not like it, and the further I got into it, the more I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Double Oak Rye, the Mash and Drum said the other day was really good. So I'm gonna see if they have that at Bourbon Fest too. The Double Oak Bourbon they make is fantastic.
Woo.
He's saying that Green River needs a barrel-proof wheat.
Yeah. Anything, man. So that night we went to the zoo where they had the bourbon at the zoo or whatever.
Yeah.
Green River had everything. They pulled out all the stops. I would say this year they've done really good as far as with the wheat has been really good.
I know you weren't a big fan, but I really liked the rye. The Green River rye I thought was awesome.
Yeah, the wheat hit the spot different.
I still haven't bought a bottle yet, but I mean, it's hard to beat. It's like $40,
Yeah.
$35 for a 4-year rye. The 95, it's 95 proof, but has like flavor of like 110.
Wants to know the barrel rank 34, 35, or 36. What order is the best?
I have only had 33 and 35. I liked 33 more than 35. So I bought Barrel Batch 33 when it came out because everybody was hyping up Barrel. I wasn't a big fan. That was another one of those bottles where the further I got down it, the more I liked it. I really liked the last quarter of the bottle. Well, I said I wasn't going to buy another because they're $90.
Yeah.
Went to Bourbon Fest. I got to try 35. Was not a fan. This foundation came out, it's $50, so I gave it a chance, and I really, really like it. That's why I brought it for you guys to try. I'm curious what you guys think of it.
I've seen them when they first came out, but it's like for a new bourbon company, they like came out like high dollar right off the top, and it was just never appealing to me to even want to try it. That probably like,
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about your bourbon distillery. I don't know if it's source. There was nothing really. It's a cool bottle, but like I always passed on them because they were just too high for me. I refuse to pay that much for something I don't really know
and
about.
the question you got to ask too, you know, you never know until you try it. But the thing is, they have Dickel in every blend. So some of the blends it's going to be really heavy in the Dickel. Sometimes it's not.
No.
you don't know. Like I said, I've only had a couple of their products, but that's my thing is I don't want to pay $90 and it be a George Dickel single barrel that has a little bit of Kentucky and MGP bourbon mixed in it. This foundation has really changed my mind. I've not bought or tried 36. I'm hoping that when I go to Bourbon Fest in 2 weeks, they'll have 36. I know they will. I'm really looking forward to trying it. The other one is when they came out with the Mizunara finish, everyone was raving about that one. But same thing, I didn't want to chance it because it was $90.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to trying that also. Torb said, I'll give you my Green River rye right now. JD bonded rye is better. I haven't had the Jack Daniels bonded rye. I love the barrel proof rye, so I can imagine the bonded rye would be good.
Yeah.
I liked the Green River because it was sweet, citrusy, spicy. It was balanced and complex.
Yeah, it was definitely
Considering it was
balanced.
$35, that was the thing for me. It's like, holy crap, I didn't think something could be this good at $35.
Yeah, like I said, the weeded for me, I don't care about nothing else. It's just the weeded. That's all I'll sit. So we had like a barrel proof weeded too. That's the one you brought over the first time.
No, so that's this here. That's what Torp was saying is he wants a barrel proof weeded. These aren't. So I did hear they're coming out with a barrel proof rye. I've not heard anything about the barrel proof weeded though. So these are their normal bourbon mash bill with the rye in it, no wheat. The one that's the lowest is the one we tried and liked. I bought a single barrel the other day at Party Source, the dark one in the middle. And then they just came out with batch 2 of the barrel strength. I bought it, it was $40. 118 proof, you can't beat that. I cracked it open, really liked it. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's a lot better than batch 1, and we liked batch 1.
Yeah, batch 1 was
That's
good.
why, and nobody's really talked about it yet, so I thought it'd be cool if we just poured all 3 and compared them. Not necessarily a blind, but batch 1 to batch 2 and then a single barrel. So like store picks are $65 and the batches are 40. So is it worth an extra $25 and is batch 2 better than batch 1? I thought it'd be a cool conversation.
Yeah.
The barrel is just kind of an outlier. I want you guys to try it because I really like that.
Well, I guess we can pour the barrel up.
It's 100 proof also, so it'd be a good in between for the Green Rivers. Torp said, I want to try the barrel 35, but only found it one place at 130. No thanks, sticking with number 34. I didn't like it because it was really spicy with nothing else to go for it, in my opinion. I didn't think it was sweet. I didn't think it was fruity. It was just spicy. It was almost like a rye to me. And I like ryes, but it wasn't worth $90 in my opinion. I didn't think it was that good. A lot of people raved over it. Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But to each their own. And then he also said SB is supposed to be better than foolproof. I like the foolproof, but I need to find a store pick of that Green River. Yeah, single barrel store pick supposed to be better than the foolproof. Well, that's my thing is I've had one pour out of the single barrel.
Right.
I thought it was okay. I'm curious if it's opened up in this last, it's been a week. I bought it last Saturday. Pouring them small, no heavy hand today,
Yeah.
promise.
Normally you
I'll
gotta-
measure the Green Rivers since there's 3,
Yeah.
but.
Alright.
So the barrel foundation, this is as if you don't know, this is the first product Barrel's ever come out with that's not cask strength.
Yeah.
So it says on the label 5 years old, 100 proof. When you look at the back though, it tells you it's got 8-year Kentucky bourbon, 5, 6, and 9-year MGP bourbon, 8-year George Dickel bourbon, and then 5 and 6-year Sagamore bourbon. The mash bill is 73 corn, 23 rye, and 4% malted barley. So this is 8, 5, 6, 9, 8, 5, 6. So there is 5-year, but I mean it goes all the way up to 9. We're about to taste this barrel foundation, Chris.
Did you pour me one?
I did not. I'm gonna pour you some now. That's
Better late than never.
He came in just in time.
yeah, we were just about to start nosing and tasting. So Emily, I'm out here hungry.
There's pizza upstairs.
Is it upstairs?
Yeah.
Let her know, please.
Yeah. Pizza's upstairs.
Torch said good versus a cedar. Right, SD. I'm not sure what you mean, Torp.
Single barrel?
Right, but I don't know what Cedar Right is, unless you mean Cedar Ridge. The gist, Chris, is this barrel foundation. It's the first product Barrel's ever done that's not barrel strength. It's 5 years, 100 proof, but it's a blend of 5 year to 9 year. He did say Ridge. I've never had anything Cedar Ridge. That's one that's on my list. Heard really good things.
Hey,
There's pizza upstairs.
take this pizza.
So,
The girls are upstairs.
Go get pizza upstairs,
Pizza's
Cal.
upstairs. Yeah.
mind blown emoji. Yeah, I know. I heard SLB had talked about the Cedar Ridge barrel strength's like $45. I looked it up. It's like $45 on Seal Box, but it's out of stock. I do want to order one of those.
This has got a real smoky.
Yeah. So when I went to Myrtle Beach with Emily and her family, this barrel foundation wasn't sold in Kentucky at the time.
Right.
So I drove down the street to the closest liquor store in Myrtle Beach. They had this on the shelf for MSRP. I was shocked.
That was bad.
I know, so I bought it. It was $55. I bought it, and me and Emily's dad sat down, and in 2 days we drank half the bottle.
Yeah.
Him and I both really liked it. Got back from Myrtle Beach, and I told my dad, I was like, you got to try this thing.
Nice.
He really liked it, so I was curious what you guys thought about it. Ironically, Party Source just got this in stock last week, so it is in Kentucky now.
Kroger's has been popping them up a lot.
Oh yeah, barrels finally hit in Kentucky. We used to only get the batches tore up, like your 33, 34, 35. That used to be the only thing we got. Maybe some seagrass too, but any of the finished stuff we don't get. The foundation, the gold label stuff. It is smoky on the nose. It's spicy. It's fruity.
I'm getting a lot of fruit on there. And spice. I don't get too much of the smoke.
On the palate, to me, it's chocolatey. It's fruity. It's spicy. I get that char smoke taste. But the other thing I like about it is it's got a good finish.
Yeah.
I'm still tasting it.
That's good.
For $50, it's a solid bottle. I really like it. It's pretty complex too. Torp said, I got you. Hit me up. RJ the Fed can connect us, or Rusty or Matt at WW, or Sean at Echoes, or Dave V. All got contact info.
All right, just our Gmail is the same. Let's hit us up in Gmail, Bourbon Jamaican KY at gmail.com. It should be in the description.
Do you have your Facebook link in the bio too?
I think so. So we also got Facebook.
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook. He said for a Cedar Ridge. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to try the Cedar Ridge barrel strength.
Yeah. That's good. I'm getting a little bit of like, it's like dry, almost like a dry wine, like a Cabernet.
I could see that. It's gotten sweeter as it's opened up. I haven't had a pour of this in probably a month.
Yeah.
But what I like about it too is the last time I had it, at least, every time I took a sip, it changed.
What proof is this? Like
100.
It drinks higher than 100 proof.
I would agree with that. It drinks like it's about 110.
Yeah.
But it changes as you sip it, in my opinion. It gets, the first sip it was sweet, the next sip it might be spicy. And, I got like, a few different.
Smoky on it.
Yeah. I got like a range of flavors, but the strongest one changes every time you sip it. So the first one to me, the strongest note was chocolate. The second sip I haven't taken yet, but
Yeah. It'll be
My-
smoky. It's like chocolate, then smoky. The smoky comes like right after that chocolate.
Yeah, it's got that char forward.
Yeah.
Got really citrusy for me now. I get the oak and that smokiness, and I got like an orange peel.
That was on the nose, like initial, like orange
yeah.
citrus was on the nose, but like once I got that first sip, I got like that chocolate, and then the second sip actually started getting smoke. You said the smoke, I didn't get it on the nose, but once I took that sip, I finally kind of opened up. And
It's not like a peat though; it's like that char.
Yeah.
Which I like that. Torb said I'll send y'all a bunch of samples, hand delivered.
Come on. If you're in Northern Kentucky, you can come on it, or you fly in, you make it work.
Meet you in Louisville or Bardstown.
All right.
Down there all the time. Oh, yeah. That every time I look at that barrel pick, I'm like, man, that's dark there. And the one in the middle.
Well, I was absolutely blown away by the Elijah Craig. I'm still
That toasted rye.
Yeah.
When I got it, all the reviews I'd seen, people said they loved it or they hated it.
Yeah.
When I bought mine, I was like, okay, whatever, it's $65. If I think it's okay, I'm gonna finish it and not buy it again. And man, that thing is good. I was impressed. You mind grabbing me a water while you're in there?
Yeah. You want one of these or a Capri Sun? Alright.
Maybe I want to.
They got a green one left.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
There you go, baby.
Thank you, sir. Damn, that pizza looks. Where'd you get pizza from, Shelly?
Domino's.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like $4.
Did Emily run up there?
Oh yeah.
She did?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, she texted me. She said, did Sheldon say you ordered pizza? I'm hungry.
Yeah. Pizza and the little cheesy breads. Tonight just felt like a pizza kind of night. I might go.
Torb said y'all try that Monongahela Old Overholt rye for $40. It's so good.
That's the one we saw at Kroger's on top of the lid for like $36.
Yeah, the square bottle.
Yeah.
No, we didn't try that one.
We did the 10-year.
10-year-old Overholt's awesome.
Yeah.
We eating pizza at Domino's, baby.
He said
Free promo.
he said y'all eating Pop Tarts.
You gotta have something to soak up some of that liquor. Some carbs. Some good carbs. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't see myself buying,
The barrel?
no.
Really? You wouldn't buy that at $55?
No. I've like I said, since they've been out, I've seen them, and
Yeah.
I've always just passed on them. There's nothing really appealing. You got plenty of room. There's nothing really appealing to them that would make me want to say, yeah. Damn.
Come on in, join the stream. Yeah.
Already got her trained well.
I texted her, I said, grab me a slice of pizza, please. Last time she just walked right into the stream, didn't think anything about it. We were on the way here and she said, I am not getting on camera. She was so embarrassed. She was only on camera for 10 seconds.
Ah, eating a T-bone.
Let me get a slice of that steak.
Pair it with a whiskey. I'm curious on what y'all, if
Steak.
you do drink bourbon, what do you drink?
Bourbon and steak, I would go with straight bourbon versus any kind of flavor. You want that good char, like something real char. I would say like a double oak maybe. But
I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say a finish.
a finish.
If you got a wine finish.
a sherry finish would be absolutely.
Oh yeah,
so
like
a sherry
the
finish.
wine finish
Yeah.
Basil Hayden.
Yeah, so
something
yeah,
like that.
that's more like so a sherry finish. But that's why I went with a straight versus something like a sherry finish would definitely be a good one. But I wouldn't go like a smoky maple or nothing crazy like.
No.
But so there's something like pretty subtle, straightforward.
When I did that Heaven Hill tasting, they made beef tenderloin, basically steak, but it was paired with the new wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
It's a higher wheat than the Larceny, but they said that they paired the wheat with it because you get a sweet wheated bourbons lend sweet, spicy, and fruity.
Yeah.
So to get the sweet kind of drowns out with the steak, but the spicy and the fruity pairs well with it.
Yeah. I'm kind of wish I had signed up for that Eagle Rare, the B-Tac dinner.
The Eagle Rare
It sold
17.
out. Yeah, it sold out. And I was like, man.
They all do.
Yeah, it sells out within the first like minute or two usually.
No, it was for a couple of days. It sent me in because I hit it as
Buffalo
like,
Trace.
yeah.
A lot of people didn't want to do it because the bottle you get to buy at the end was an Eagle Rare store pick.
No, you would have gotten one of the B-Tacs.
You're wrong.
So
It
you
was,
think that you would have got the 17 year and
It said on there it was a Freddie Johnson Eagle Rare store pick.
Did it?
Yep. That's why nobody wanted to do it. You got to taste Eagle Rare, Elmer T. Lee, Buffalo Trace, and Eagle Rare 17. You got a dinner paired, 4-course meal paired with all of those, and then at the end you got to buy a Freddie Johnson Eagle Rare pick, which is cool because it would have said on the sticker Freddie Johnson. It would have been worth a lot. It would have been a cool bottle to put on the shelf, but
you got the Ezra port finish.
No, I only got the barrel proof and the 7-year rye.
The Ezra that I have,
did you get one of those?
not this year, but I do have one, and
The port finish?
and I drank it during the College World Series a year ago,
Which one?
and I remember sitting in the bed drinking it.
Torp said port's 10 times better than sherry. Like I said, to each their own. I like sherry 10 times better than port.
But
I
they're
mean,
the
the
same.
store pick always is different. Like you just never know what you're gonna get out of a store pick.
I've tried 2 different Eagle Rare store picks. One was only slightly better than normal Eagle Rare, and the other one to me was like really spicy. It was just both of them to me.
I want something similar.
Both of them to me were worth, maybe $10 more than a normal Eagle Rare, but I would not buy a case unless it's like if you helped pick it or a store that you're really confident with picked it. I don't know. I would, in my opinion, I wouldn't buy a case, maybe 1 or 2.
I still haven't opened up my store pick Eagle Rare, and I've had it for years now.
I haven't opened the one I got. My buddy opened his.
I think I had one, or I have one.
I like how we all went from drinking to eating in the middle of the stream.
Well, it is live. It's not pre-broadcast.
Tori said that you got a SAG pick, and it's so light and apple forward. I like the regular 10-year Eagle Rare more, but aren't even going to it much.
Yeah. The thing is, with Eagle Rare being 90 proof, there's only so much you can do with it.
We're gonna do a lot with Eagle. Eagle, that's
I
why
don't know. I've had Buffalo Trace store picks that are better than Eagle Rare store picks.
I've heard a lot of stuff that's better than Eagle Rare in general.
Sure,
But I'm
but
just saying for a good 10-year bourbon, like you can't go wrong with Eagle Rare. For the price point,
I would
it's out
rather
there now.
I'd rather have McKenna.
Henry McKenna 10-year?
Yeah.
I got those too, but Eagle, I have to stick with Eagle on that one.
Yeah, I'd rather have Eagle than.
There's some days where I'm really in the mood for Eagle, but 9 days out of 10, I'd rather have McKenna. Even Russell's 10. Russell's 10 used to be disappointing to me,
Oh,
but it's
no.
been really good
It's been
recently.
good. I think they've been blending it with the
I think they've been putting older stuff in.
Wild Turkey 101. I guarantee it has a little bit of that in it because I can drink the Wild Turkey 101 like
Right.
all day.
It's always had Wild Turkey 101 in it, quote unquote, but I think that they went from like a 10 to 12-year blend to like a 10 to 15-year blend.
Yeah.
I think is what they ended up doing.
He's saying the McKenna has more butterscotch solid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The E.H. Taylor single barrel around here, the small batch we can get all day. The single barrels, they're coming in at like $200 mostly around here. 180 to 200. We don't get, we see them, but
The E.H. Taylor single barrels to me are decent, but the store picks are the ones that are really good. Like the Bourbon Jamaican store pick is really good. It's probably 4 times better than the E.H. Taylor
I
single
think
barrel I
that's probably
got.
like a stag day, like said they weren't gonna put it in a stag. It was like really good.
That is really good.
We ended up doing a number on that bottle.
Somebody did. It wasn't us. Somebody did. We probably got about total
The same
6
person.
ounces.
Same person that totaled that Booker's and the Booker's before that.
So I thought I had a backup the whole time when we were drinking the backup the entire time. What's up, man?
What's up?
I'm live. What do you need?
Rice Krispie treat.
Take it upstairs. You can take it upstairs. Thank you. But yeah, I need to go get a backup before they're all gone. But the Booker's 2024-01 Springfield batch has been hands down the best bourbon so far to me for 2024. But
What is?
the Booker's. But I think
Damn.
I like that one a lot. But I think honestly, Parker's Heritage is something like
That was
it's in a-
23 though, wasn't it?
yeah. But got it this year, I think.
But it was released
January.
in 23. He said that he can get the $90 for the EA single barrel. The tube's worth 20. For live, leave us alone. In the nicest way possible.
You know what I would like? Couple of my wife goes to Japan in November. I've seen they've been getting like eagle rares in tubes.
Your boy ain't get nothing back? He didn't bring nothing?
He brought me back 2 bottles of wild turkey. He brought me a 12-year and an 8-year. It's funny because he went with his brother. He left and his brother stayed 3 days longer than he did. And he said that he went back to work the next day after he got back. He was at work, wasn't looking at his phone. His brother sent him a picture. He walked into a store the day after he left Japan. And they had Bland's straight from the barrel and Bland's gold and Bland's Takara red, the Japan only, on the shelf. And he was at work, didn't see the text and didn't respond. And I was like, dude, he screwed me. he screwed me. The Bland's gold was like 150. The straight from the barrel was like 170. And the Takara red was like 120.
Wow.
It's all like $100 less than it is here.
Yeah, remind me to set a nice little list when she goes.
I made a whole list for him. I'll just forward you the Excel sheet.
All right.
The
that guy.
The downstairs gets locked up when nobody's in here. That's how we keep the kids out of bottles. And we put height restrictions.
Yes, especially the good bottles. They're
Yeah, the good bottles are
Not
right
these.
mainly above the TV.
Not your makers though. Makers
Yeah.
are sitting low.
Up in there.
That's just regular makers.
I'm gonna grab some glasses for the Green Rivers here.
There is cameras too.
You need to put the, let's try that experimental.
You wanna try that first?
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
like
push.
that's a good app.
I'm gonna push these out of frame real quick. And we'll put these in the center.
Let's see what my battery life is like.
Oh yeah, it's probably getting close.
It's fully charged. I fully charged it.
Shit.
62%.
I don't know what I would say my favorite bourbon is that I've tried this year.
Hang on.
Not sure.
Favorite thing I tried this year. Sorry.
Oh, thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh man, that William Heaven Hill I got at the beginning of the year might be the best thing I drank this year. I haven't tried the Russell's 15.
We need to go back to that. We need to go back to the Heaven Hill.
Oh yeah?
We were so drunk that night it don't really count.
Well, that was a different one.
I think I need to.
That single Rick House was on. That might have been last year. That might have been December.
I've got a gut feeling I'm gonna find a 15-year Russell this weekend.
I hope you do.
I just got a gut feeling.
What else? I'm trying to think of what else. That I tell you what, that Elijah Craig B524. That one was so good. I finished a bottle, bought another, and then bought a backup.
Yeah.
I liked it so much. I mean, it was.
Torb wants
I
you
got it for
to,
$65.
Torb wants you to give him the background on your makers and your Woodford release collection over there.
We can slide the camera around so you can get a better view. I think you just always see it at an side angle.
Here in Kentucky, man, when they put out a bunch of different like little special releases throughout the years, and you just happen to come across it, and you know it's more of a hobby and a selection more than anything, you know. And the last few Woodford bottles,
Take it down a little closer, just a hair.
the last few Woodford bottles, from your right to left. Starting off with the far right Woodford to the left Woodford, the Bourbon Jamaican has actually been to a couple of those derbies, so they've been a little bit more significant for him. But he started collecting way before he started coming with us to the derby. So I'll let him get into it a little bit more as far as the makers and stuff like that, because that's got more of that UK basketball history bullshit behind it.
Oh shit, here goes the Virginia Cavalier fan talking shit about them Wildcats. Alright, so pretty much the rundown on this. Woodford does a derby commemorative. Makers has always done it over the years. Makers also do, whether it's UK, UC Wildcats, Louisville, they do a bunch of bottles, but all of these have significant meaning to each derby, each race. All the famous great horses. Actually have two more derby winners on the wall behind me. I got the Justified and the American Pharaoh. And of course, everybody knows Secretariat, which is like the horse that everybody knows. And then of course, Seattle Slew. We got Justified here, and then almost got that fly. I don't know if I can get it in frame. So this right here is the American. Am I in frame?
Yeah, you're straight.
So this is the American Pharaoh, and I think he was Justified was the last Derby winner, Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, Justified was the last one, then American Bear.
Yeah, so it's a lot of Triple Crown winners. I keep saying Derby, but they also won the Triple Crown at Meaden, the Derby, the Beaumont, and what's the other one?
Preakness.
The Preakness. These have just now came out with makers. They've been doing, it used to be one bottle each year. The last couple of years they came out with 3. I've had the last 2 years full set, but this year,
They didn't put out one this year, but we didn't miss the special release out of them this year either.
well, it's in October. It's gonna come out for Keeneland when we're going.
The Saragus one?
No, it's a Man of War.
Man of
They're
War,
gonna
that's
spell
right.
out Man of War.
All the tour of all the ones that are makers are wax tops. The Woodford is just your regular typical Woodford with a special commemorative year and race.
And here's your COVID derby that didn't happen on the actual date. I think it ended up running in October or September.
I can't remember times were so wild then.
Yeah. So this was our COVID one. We were supposed to actually go to that one, but COVID hit. So that would have been Derby 146. So we've been collecting from Derby 140 all the way to what's that 150.
Yeah,
So this
you got
year
a
was a big
decade.
50. So the big 5-0 of the Derby. Then of course, being in Kentucky, I did not attend UK, but my wife did and my brother did. My niece is currently going. But this is all the great basketball player and coaches for Kentucky. And of course, we got football down at the end. I got a Tim Couch bottle. Tim Couch was drafted #1 overall to the Cleveland Browns. in the NFL. Coach Brooks and Coach Stoops bottle. We got a Coach Cal, a Tubby Smith, Coach Cal, and this is a Rick Pitino. And you got the Rups Runs and Joby Hall. So I actually have all the, I just realized I have all the UK episodes. So Stoops, is it Stoops? What's the new UK coach?
Stoops.
Pope.
Stoops is
The football. Stoops
right
is
now.
football, but Pope's got to come out with a maker's bottle, which I know will happen because this is literally all the UK greats as far as coach that has been through that program.
He said we're Coach Tuberville.
No, we ain't got no, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember his name. He ended up going to like Louisville for a little bit
He
too.
was in Louisville, that's why I laughed.
Yeah. But yeah, he's right here. Patino's right here. And there was another one, Gillespie, Billy Gillespie. Like nobody really claimed Billy Gillespie in Kentucky. He was just a phase. We were desperate when we grabbed him. But yeah, so this is part of what really got me into it, just the hunt. This one was for Keeneland. So this was a commemorative bottle for the world champions, and this was the Breeders' Cup. So this was the year that they had the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland. And they also have another one like this with, I can't remember, there was a great coach. They have his picture on it. And that one is like a unicorn. It's hard to find, which hopefully one day I can come across it. I got the Keeneland 75. This one, I'm surprised I got this. I didn't even realize they released it. But yeah, that's it for like my Maker's Mark Woodford wall. It's been I'm probably gonna have to get some more room because there's 3 bottles coming out this year for the commemorative for the Man of War. The great Man of War is another great horse, just as
That bottle's dope too. Have you seen it? The black and yellow.
yeah, they sent it. Somebody sent it out to me, so I'm hoping I can get a good little scent on it. But so far the setup, Boone County has been giving me a hard time, but there's the Boone County collection. I'm hoping to get all the Boone County. I do have a little bit of stuff mixed in here. I know it's always far in the back. I got some pin hooks and some other random stuff, gifts of whatnot. Got the old granddaddy,
Weird, right?
and then I got some of those Buffalo Trace stuff.
It's weird though. It's not your typical.
And then
That's not Jim Beam.
No,
here.
that's exactly what I told Megan. The first thing that I drank, I was like, "This ain't Jim Beam."
I just got a little bit of something up here. Hey. So we're coming back around. They wanted to see the Makers Derby wall.
Took a short break, had a water, slice of pizza, I'm ready to go.
He's ready. His juice back up. He's back. He's alive.
Woo! Emily, we're taking shots.
You love teasing her. I don't, no repeat of Memorial Day. Yeah, so Chris and I were just talking about this Jim Beam. So Chris got this in his box. Gosh. When you take out a concept, it's not in your box.
Liquor box.
Chris is on the Jim Beam barreled and boxed, and they sent him the Hardin's Creek in this. This is the Distiller's Share number 5. It's their distillery only, basically. This is volume 5. Jim Beam normally does a 3-day fermentation. This is a 5-day fermentation. It's 6 years old and 108 proof. It's supposed to add a more complex and full flavored whiskey with some more fruits and sweetness. We were just saying that don't taste like normal Jim Beam. It is really creamy.
Yeah, it's almost the texture on the palate. Actually, it's like cream of corn almost.
Oh yeah.
Like it gives that rough, like, you know, it burns a little bit, but it's everlasting. He said water and push-up break. Let's go. For every like we get, we'll do a push-up.
Did you read the other one? He said, "What's Boone County?" Never seen it.
I was waiting for him to finish over there before I let him go.
He said, "Never heard of or seen Boone County."
What?
Boone County actually, like, I don't know.
We're in Boone County actually. So
Yeah, we live in Boone County, Kentucky, man. That's where we're from.
So we have that distillery about 10 minutes down the road, and you've probably heard of Ghost. And
Probably, I don't know.
they're sort of MPG and Ghost. They source, a lot of people used to
I don't
source
know.
from Ghost.
Well,
or-
no, it's not
Or
called
made by
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
It
They
is-
claim it's haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Boone County's little storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That they
so
do.
when they
Based off
start,
of the- because it was it was split between Virginia, Tennessee, and, and Kentucky.
yep. So when they started, they were just like everybody else, sourcing MGP. They were making vodka and rum. Now their stuff's old enough, they sell their own juice. But like one of the bottles Sheldon has is a 14-year single barrel MGP, which he hasn't opened
I
because he
think when
knows
I
what
met
it's
you,
worth.
when I met you, I think you got like the last drop of. I had 2 bottles and I had one open, and I think right after I met Brady, I think the first time he came over and we kind of hung out, he ended up getting like the last drop that was left in that
Well,
bottle.
hell, I remember the first time I was here, you were like, "Here, this bottle's empty. I'm gonna throw it away, but it's got a drop. You want it?" And I'm like, having the last drop, and then you poured me the literally like there was like a 1/4 ounce left of your E.H. Taylor 4 grain. I'm like, man, this guy's the real deal. Boom,
I drank a lot of that 4 grain.
Oh
bro.
man, that was good. I wish I had more than that 1/4 or half ounce, whatever it
Hey,
was.
that Boone County 14 year is posted up for $1,200, $1,100.
Yeah, good luck finding. I want to find like the 10-year and the 12-year. Those are the 2 I don't have. I would love to find those.
They're gonna be like 600 and 800.
Yeah. That bottle was probably the dopest bottles, and I had them and I
The
drank them.
label's cool.
I drank them, and had no clue I should have been holding on to them because they probably thought they had so much to last them a long time, and it was so good, it went away within like 5 years.
You try that Jim Beam?
Not yet. I'm reading a few.
It smells like cream corn, Chris.
That's what I picked up on it the first time that I
Smells
heard.
like it. I didn't really
it's
taste
nuts.
it.
It's nuts.
The other thing I like too is the tack strip on it. Since it's a twist top, they put a tack strip on it rather than making it perforated. And it's got that old school tack strip. Like that's like a 60s and 60 to 80s kind of bottle tack strip on it.
It's like that 10-day bourbon.
Yes.
I wish that shit was at $80.
I know, that was really, really good.
So
If that were a $40 bottle, I would buy that all the
I
time.
know. It's like, why am I gonna go pay your 10-day bourbon to go get, the Green Ripper? But with that being said, the 10-day bourbon is getting ready to do their fall release.
Yeah, we need to shoot them an email.
Yeah, shoot them
They
an
said they
email
would send us a
and
sample.
send a sample for us. So.
The more and more I drink this Jim Beam, the creamier it gets and the fruitier it gets.
Does it get hotter?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think it's getting
The
sweeter.
first time I drank it, I felt like it got a little bit warmer than it did sweet.
It's getting really fruity.
So this is the experiment.
yeah.
Yeah, the experimental.
Getting a lot of fruit.
You ain't get, like, it doesn't taste like your typical gem at all.
Did you guys see? Well, I know you sent the picture. Cellar Age is starting to hit stores.
That's hot.
What?
I told y'all.
It's rye forward.
What?
That's why I asked you, did you get, I knew he was at, the first time I drank it, I thought it was a little hot. I didn't think it was rye forward, but I did think that it drank a little hot.
It's
It's only 108 proof. We're about to go to 120.
oh, that's a good thing we ate some pizza because I would have been laid out somewhere.
No, the first time I drank it, I hadn't had a pour yet, and like we fresh cracked it,
Yeah.
And me and my wife tried it. I let her try it first, and got her reaction. She actually drank it. She said it was more smooth than when I tasted it.
Yeah, that definitely. Well, as you're sipping, I think of the water kind of tamed it, but that first initial sip. it
They
was hot.
why don't you grab a bottle of that Tanner's Curse and show Torp. It's a cool storyline, Torp. Actually, we've done the tour several different times, and what's unique about them here recently is they flew this guy over, I believe, from Europe, and their tasting room is you're inside of a charred barrel. and it's we've been on several tours around northern Kentucky and just the surrounding areas, and that's unique. That's the most unique tasting room that I've ever been a part
Yeah,
of.
because you're inside the actual barrel.
And you can smell everything.
I like that comment.
Like found dead guy in a barrel. So as you can see, the Bourbon Jamaican, he threw up a couple bottles out of Boone County. I know that you touched base on some of the maple earlier in the comment section. Their maple toasted cask finishes like syrup almost.
Their Amberana is phenomenal.
I think it's probably the best Amberana I've had.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Boone County fan, I like the Bourbon Jamaican, but the Amberana is awesome. That's one video. I was looking through my notes the other day when we were taking notes of stuff we wanted to do. We never did it, but we were talking about blending the Boone County stuff.
Yeah.
So doing maple and Amberana, maple and toasted, Amberana and toasted, and then try all three of them. We should do that
We might
sometime.
have to do that, yeah. We can
Maybe
do
the
that.
next live stream we'll do that.
Yeah, so they're supposed to come out with a honey.
Yes.
Because they came out with it a few years
It's gonna
back
be
and I
expensive,
completely
though.
missed it. Well, it can't be more expensive than the 10-year. The 10-year was ridiculous in my
That was
book.
stupid.
Yeah. It sold, but still, like,
Yeah, the guy said, remember I was telling you to talk to that, it's going to be like an 8 or 9 year honey finish.
yeah.
But my thing, like I said earlier though, why would you take a whiskey that old and finish it unless it sucked? You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're
You'll
still trying
find-
to make something out of nothing.
So
Yeah.
you'll find stuff in North Carolina. It's stayed on. It's stayed on. So, but North Carolina does have some good drops. Is Boone County, Kentucky only? He says in Iowa and Illinois.
Should
Never
be.
seen, and he's in Georgia and Alabama once a year. North Carolina, you just got to be in the right place at the right time. I got several friends. I grew up on the Virginia North Carolina line, and I wasn't into bourbon during that time period or whatever. But like my friends now, they'll ride around and look at a couple different liquor stores, and every now and then they'll have nice stuff. You just got to be at the right place at the right time. What part of North Carolina are you going into? My buddies are right outside of Charlotte.
What are you done with?
The reaction button for us, folks.
Hit
The
that
best way to help the channel out. Show us
Hit
some
the thumbs
love.
up.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Let's drop us a line like, hey, I'm watching from Albuquerque or something. We want to know.
Like giving Emily a hard time.
George said he hit the email up about the dark arts toasted and the French too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that.
We ain't had any of the dark art stuff.
Yeah, I've seen several different dark arts. And like I said, pulling the trigger at $100 for the unknown is difficult at times. There's also a couple other bottles that I felt like that I would have picked up that nobody talks about, you know, and those bottles are at 130. So,
Yeah, supposedly like the dark arts picks that people have been doing, like the YouTubers.
Yeah.
They said they've been showing up to dark arts and they have like cognac and Madeira port finishes.
You can tell.
Stuff that they don't normally release. That's the stuff I want to try, but I don't want to spend $150 to get it.
You can tell I'm a nerd because every time I hear dark arts, all I'm thinking about is Harry Potter.
I'm telling you, we need to start thinking about how we're decorating the bar back here.
Chris said he was dressing up as Hagrid for a Halloween video.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I might have to be Harry.
Expecto Patronum!
Bartender Patronus.
Leviosa.
You took my lighter outside?
It's in my pocket.
Please.
That's Wizard's bourbon.
Polyjuice potion.
Harry Potter put me onto this bourbon, guys.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
There it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and pour these 3 Green Rivers since that's the last thing on the menu tonight.
Yep.
Let them air out for a little bit. Give us some time to decongest. Think I should measure them or just wing it? I may as well measure. I said I was gonna measure them, and then I overpoured the first one.
Swing it.
Oh. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll sit here and answer some questions while the rest of the group takes a smoke break. I think Emily fell asleep on the couch. She's not watching anything on the TV. She didn't answer either, so she's definitely sleeping. Torp said, "Old Forester barrel proof's so good. Why so hard to get?" In Kentucky, they're really not hard to get. What I don't appreciate is the price. It's a 4 to 5 year bourbon, and they're $90. Depending on the store, sometimes they're $100. I got a 100 proof black label store pick for $70. My friend brought it in from Seattle. Love it. I would take it over any of the barrel strength picks. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the barrel proof picks too, but I can only drink them when it's cold outside. Like a lot of people say, oh, how do you drink barrel proof whiskey like this in the summer? These don't bother me because they're less than 120, but those Old Foresters are 130 and they drink like they're 140 in my opinion. So they're difficult for me to drink when it's not a little chilly. Sometimes I mean, a lot of times they have good flavors. I've had some that are really, really good, but the 100 proofs are just consistently better from what I've seen. Now you're done measure it.
I'll do like a 1/4 ounce.
It's too late now. It's a Friday night, come on.
Yeah, but Green River,
It's killing it.
yeah. Like I said, I went out and did that thing at the zoo. I actually absolutely enjoyed it. And it has become one of my faves.
Torp asked my opinion on Old Forester. And I gave my answer and then he just put a dot. I think he might disagree. And that's okay. Like I said earlier, everybody's different.
Yeah, for me, Old Forester, like that orange label, that's probably one of my favorite. It's probably the cheapest one.
Oh, the 100 proofer?
Yeah.
I agree. For 20 bucks, that is one of my favorite bottles at that range, in that price range. In my opinion,
And you can find it every day. That's the good part.
right. And I would take that over the 1897, that
Yeah.
green label 100 proof we had. That one's like 50 bucks.
Yeah.
The orange label's twice as good and it's half the price.
Mm-hmm.
The 1870 is the 90 proof one, not a fan. 1910, really hit or miss for me. I'd rather have Woodford Double Oak.
That 1924 with a fluke. They just hyped that up. It was the first 10 year out of there, and I don't know. Not for me. I think it was just an absolute fluke.
Torp said, when an herb smoked barrel. Buzzard's Roost did a cigar smoked barrel. It's okay. Need a cannabis barrel.
I know that'll be in the future.
I'm sure that'll happen at some point.
Yeah, they're coming with energy drinks and all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure somebody will make it happen at some point.
I really like, and my dad especially, like the Buzzard's Roost cigar finished rye. We did a tasting at Party Source 2 or 3 months ago. Buzzard's Roost was there, and they had the cigar rye from Buzzard's Roost. I liked it a lot, but my dad is a little more particular about what he likes as far as price. I mean, he'll drink anything, but not often did he say, "Wow, this is worth the money." And he said that cigar rye, but he really liked and he'd buy it for the money because it's like $80, $70. It's very unique though. I mean, you gotta like spice and smoke. So the rundown on Green River, I guess, before we start tasting, the very first batch of their foolproof bourbon came in at 117.3. We've done 1 or 2 videos on this. We really liked it. The newest batch just came out. I got it at Costco for $39.99.
Wow.
I couldn't pass it at that price. It's 118.1 proof, so it's 0.8 higher. These are a blend of 5 to 7 years. It's pretty good. And then the Party Source just did a pick, one of my favorite stores, and it's 120.6 proof.
Yeah.
My buddy in Louisville has a pick from Neat Bourbon Bar, and it was 130 proof, Green River, and it was really good. This Party Source one, I'm hoping opened up a little bit. It felt a little tight, but I'm curious what you guys think about this. I already have an opinion, but
So these are not blind. We're just drinking them as they are on the.
yeah, we'll just drink them across lowest proof to highest proof.
We don't do. I do more Irish stuff than these fellas. Brady, I'm not sure about your Scotch intake.
I know I'm wanting to drink Scotch.
This is the only Irish.
Brady's not much of
Blended
a
whiskey.
peated person, so he's not much into Scotch.
And I know there's some scotches that aren't peated, but to me, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to spend $100 to get a scotch and then not like it. They're all low proof too, and I'm normally a high proof. That Rowe and Company that you just held up, when Sheldon got that bottle and we had pours of it, I really liked that.
It was good.
We took my buddy turned spring carrot. Ryan, he
So this is
turned
90.
Yeah.
He turned 21 and his dad took us to Buffalo Wild Wings in Virginia. And we had a Johnny Walker shot with some, it was mixed with some kind of orange liqueur. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best shots I've ever taken.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was phenomenal, and it was like a $30 or $40 shot.
Damn.
But it was so good, man.
Yeah,
It
for
was
us,
so
Johnny
good.
Walker, I keep a black label. So black label and red label is what I was used to growing up. Because that's like with Jamaican, we used to joke and call it drunk or batu rum. Like, a lot of people probably know what that means, but that's what we used to call it. But it was always Johnny Walker black label or Johnny Walker red label. Which the black label I think is always 12 years.
Yeah. The blue label is the one I know that everybody hunts
Raves
for.
about.
Yeah.
But they're always, I see them in stores constantly now, especially Kroger's and Costco. They always keep them, but it's either like 150, $200 everywhere you see them.
I like Irish whiskey though. I just don't buy it because I don't really drink it.
Yeah.
One of my really good friends from college, he moved to Seattle. He's the one that brought me that Old Forester 100 proof pick. He was a huge Irish whiskey drinker. So I'm buying all these bourbons to experiment with, and he's buying Irish. And then we would sit down almost once or twice a week, and I'd bring my new bourbon, and he'd pull out an Irish, and we'd sit there and try them. He was a big Redbreast fan and a big Bushmills fan.
Their breast is good. I've had a couple
We
of
tried like Green Spot.
Which
and,
one is like with the G, with the buck on there?
That's Glenfiddich.
Yeah,
That's a Scotch.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what Tarup's talking about right now. Glenfiddich 105, not heavy on peat, but it is $100.
Yeah, but that Macallan,
Yeah.
Macallan is where it's at.
That's what I'm saying though, is like all the scotches are about $100.
Yeah.
But the Irish, like, I really like the Irish because it almost tastes like a watered down bourbon with a little bit extra malt in it.
Yeah,
Is all it really tastes to me. You
Malt.
still get that spicy, fruity, sweet taste to it. The Bushmills, he was a big Bushmills guy. I really liked those. The Redbreast I had a few times, but he had a Bushmills 10-year that was really good. It was like $50 or $60,
That was
and it's
nice.
one of the best Irish whiskeys I've ever had.
All right, so let's jump into these and See where they take us. So we're going from left to right.
So this one is 117.3. This is the batch one. I get cherry and orange on the nose. It's like a fruit cocktail kind
Yeah,
of
it's
thing.
very sweet. You get a lot. There's a lot of cherry. A little bit dry though.
Cherry, orange, caramel. It's very savory. Like I'm salivating as I'm trying to
You know,
swallow it.
it kind of tastes like a John Jay single barrel, but just not as quite. You know how like the John Jay has more of a longer finish,
Yeah.
right? It has
Yep.
more of a
This is-
oakiness.
Yeah, this
This is a little bit smoother than that John Jay.
But the finish is quick though.
It is, and that's the difference between the John Jay and that is the John Jay will sit there and hang out with you for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is $45 a Kroger.
Right, and it's not allocated, right?
Right.
At least in Kentucky.
Right. That's my thing. That's why I like the Green River so much. Is like it. I agree. The only thing that's lacking to me is the finish. I like the
Yeah.
nose. I love the palate. $45. The middle one I got for 40 at Costco. It's like you can't beat the price.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they, you know, sometimes they come up with like one stuff, but they literally like flood the shelves with
Oh, yeah.
everything they had, and it's all good. There's something there for everybody with Green River. So whether you're a beginner or you're a, how you say, connoisseur,
Yeah.
like they have something for everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
Even if you're a noob.
Yeah, Torp. I've heard of that Keeper's Heart. I've never had that one. I've heard good stuff about that one. I've also heard Glendalough. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of it's got the statue on it. I've heard really good things about Glendalough. Never
Glass
had that
too is
one.
like a cigar blend. It almost has like a cigar smokiness to it.
George said he'll send over a few samples of that Cedar Red. He just requests that before we try that we'll post a little reminder on YouTube. That way you can jump in there and show it.
That'd be a good live too. That way
Yeah.
you're getting a live reaction to something we've never had before.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I thought about too, I bought all those sample bottles a couple weeks ago. I thought about grabbing a bunch of random stuff off the shelf and filling a 2-ounce sample bottle with it. And then labeling them on the bottom and then bringing in like 3 of them and we just pour all 3 and we blind them and just try to guess what they are. Or like guess the proof or if it's a rye or a bourbon or...
That'll be like a day where nobody allergies can't be flared up. We gotta be like on point for that one.
So have you guys got the glass 2 yet?
Yes,
He
I
said,
got
Tur said, infinity sample. That's the game plan, baby.
Glass 2 to me, way oakier than glass 1. It's
Yeah.
really oak forward.
That's why I said I get like a
Sugar.
cigar smoke. It's very smoky.
The sugar's like
Yeah.
a sugar cane, like
Yes. Those
they hit you in
sugar
the eyeballs
sticks.
too. Yeah,
sugar sticks.
yeah.
I do get the char smoke though, like we were getting in the barrel.
Yeah.
That barrel was super smoky forward.
Yeah.
This has a weird aftertaste.
This one's got that tobacco and spice up front.
It's almost like a smoked sugar cane. Like when they burn the sugar cane and like the sugar cane feel, you get that burn like natural sugar cane sweetness.
Yeah, I get like that spicy tobacco up front and immediately turns to like caramel and cherry, and I think it's a lot more complex than glass 1. I was shocked when I tried this because first sip I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that
That is pretty
it's
good.
incredible that that's $40. Was my shock about it. I really like it. Glass 1 is much fruitier. I tend to like fruitier bourbons. Glass 2, I like the complexity of it.
No
That's
deal,
why I'm
man.
into
No
it.
deal
more
or pickle.
flavor.
No, don't even put that in my head. I got no deal. What'd you say, Chris?
The flavor on glass number 2 just it outweighs glass number 1. Glass 1 it hits you with a flavor burst.
Yeah.
It sits there for a second, then it's gone. But like glass 2,
Glass 2 sticks around.
it sticks around and it lets you break down kind of like more of the flavor profile as opposed to just hitting you and going. Start back stocking cases of Green River wheat.
I actually saw the other day, you guys know how Bardstown Bourbon Company does all those blends? Well, they own Green River now. And I actually saw, I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick. They're doing a new blend. And it actually, 22% of the blend has a Green River 7-year bourbon in it.
Wow.
In the blend. So they're gonna blend source stuff, Bardstown Bourbon Company stuff, and Green River stuff and blend it together now. I thought that was really cool. So it's gonna have Wild Turkey, Elijah Craig, Green River, and Bardstown Bourbon Company stuff in it.
Wow.
In this particular bottle. The bottle's called Bourbon Lore Collaboration.
What are they gonna do? 110
What?
proof?
Oh, I don't know what the proof was on it. They it's the label just came out. It's 112 and a half.
I figured.
Look at that though. 10
The
year,
Wild Turkey.
54% 10-year Wild Turkey.
Right.
22% Green River 7. The Bardstown Bourbon Company is a 7-year
Just
raw.
from the blend, I knew that the Wild Turkey would
Bring it up.
Bring it down.
supersede, yeah, bring it down, yeah.
The Elijah Craig's only 10%. That's where your high part
Right.
is.
All right. So we're ready to sample glass number?
Yes, so now on to the foolproof store pick that Torek was talking about. What do y'all think of that nose?
It's pretty subtle. It's smooth. It smells really smooth. It's not over. Hold on.
Hang on.
I'm getting like a weird, like,
You know what it reminds me of?
the cough syrup.
Stag.
Yeah.
It's got that cherry grape thing,
Yeah, I was
and it's
gonna
got
get the
shot
cherry
put.
forward.
Yeah.
It reminds that 23C. It reminds me of
That's
that
why I say cough
23C.
syrup. We got a cherry flavor.
It tastes like sausage and green peppers with a little hint of onion.
Mm.
Oh, he said tastes like the pizza.
That's a unique.
So
That's like a
Italian.
weird.
I've not had any Driftless Glen. That's one that I have been wanting to try. We haven't gotten any picks of that around here.
What?
That's Driftless Glen.
Oh.
They're out of Wisconsin. That's one where I'm gonna have to get a pick from somebody online.
I think Bardstown's super overpriced too, Tora. I agree.
That one has like a weird finish.
Yeah, all their collaborations are like $150.
I really want
They're
the.
$160.
I really want to try that cave finish out there in Missouri. What
Oh, Ben Holiday.
Yeah. I really want to try that. I've always wanted that bottle. I asked Greg to pick it up when he went out there and traveled with his wife. I knew he wouldn't probably look, but I was like, if you run across it, grab it.
To me, Glass 3 has the biggest punch of flavor,
Yeah.
but I agree, Shelton. It's got some wacky on the back. It's got like a funk.
Yeah.
It has that funk on the back end, which I like though. I really like Wild Turkey. It kind of reminds me of that sour Wild Turkey oak.
It's not a sour. It's a weird fruit.
Best Bardstown is the Amaro Nonino. I tried that one. I didn't like it, but when I went there with my buddy, he loved it. He said the same thing as you. As far as the review, he bought a bottle. That at the time, that was the most expensive bottle he ever got. He was like walking out of there with his tail tucked between his legs. He was so mad or disappointed. And then as soon as we got back to his place, he cracked it open and it was Isaac, and he's pouring a glass. He's like, "Man, I'm so glad I didn't pass it."
What you killing, White Claws?
No, water.
With mini waters.
Many waters. You gotta hydrate on days like these.
What do you think of the pick, Chris?
I get the weird funk, but I just don't have.
I think a weird fun. I drank it all.
I guess the main question is it $20 better than Glass 1 or 2?
No.
It's $20 better than Glass 1.
You think so?
Yeah.
These, because 1 and 2 are 40 MSRP of 45, and then the third one is 65.
It's almost like one of them weird fruit that they char before they put it like on a dessert plate. But I know the name that I'm looking for, but it just can't come out. It's a weird fruit. It's not like an apple or a peach or something.
They're just talking about though. They take a torch to it and put it on top of a pie or something like
it's
that.
like one of them weird fruit and one of them weird nuts. Almost like it would be a custard.
A fig.
Fig. Yeah, it's
Right there, fig.
Look at that torch saving the day.
Yeah, it's almost like a fig.
You thinking of a fig?
Yeah. That's
Tor, we are old enough to, well, at least me and the Bourbon Jamaican over there, we're old enough to remember what water out the hose tastes like.
I know what water out the hose tastes like. Come on.
That's funny.
Plastic bottles make cancers when he said.
Like legit, if you leave your water in your car and it heats up and do all that shit, it does open up toxins.
That's why they said don't leave bottled water in the car.
Yeah.
And then I used to buy cases and leave them in the trunk. I quit doing it.
Going back from 3 to 1, completely different.
Yeah.
1 and 3 are completely different.
I don't know. I crushed 1. I crushed 3 because of that fig. But I keep trying to figure out like the weird fruit. Anytime I get hints of that, it intrigues me. And then my brain is like racing, like, okay, what is this fruit or what is this note I'm tasting?
Yeah.
I just can't pinpoint. Normally, you like
Right.
I say, you get that citrus or whatever, but that was just one of those fruits that you just couldn't get. But you knew what it was,
Yeah.
but you just couldn't get it.
I think I might like glass 1 more than 3. I know you said the opposite, but
I like glass 2 better than I like glass 1.
I would agree with that. I like the spiciness of 1. 2 to me, I still think that it feels tight. You know what I mean? Like it's got that sweetness, but it feels like, I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. It feels like it has potential, but it's not quite there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet, it's fruity.
Let it open up a little bit. I think you'll enjoy it once it opens up.
I think so too. I'm not disappointed with the purchase. It's completely different than the first 2, and I appreciate that. I'm glad it's not just glass 1, but less complex. But I appreciate the complexity of glass 1. That's why I like it so much. I like that spice. Glass 2, I really like that tobacco note on the front.
I do too. And then it settles down and just kind of relaxes.
Oh yeah, gets real sweet.
Right. Fig like a plum. Raisins with pineapple on the grill.
No, it's more like a plum. Yeah, it's more like a plum.
I get that same note on glass 2 that I get on 3, but it goes from tobacco and spice to that plum fig note, and then it goes to a caramel, where glass 3 is just that plum fig and then oak. That's why 3 is a little disappointing to me, just because it lacks complexity. Now, granted, it's a single barrel, not a blend, but
I think once it settles and open up, it'll be a little bit better. But glass 2 for me will be.
I think it just needs to go down a little bit further and then set for a little while. We just got it past the shoulder, all right? We gonna get some air now.
Get some air to it.
The Ezra Brooks 126 proof stuff. Jammy, Turip says.
I didn't know they had
Bourbon
stuff that high.
Jamaica. Yeah, the Bourbon Jamaica is more of the Ezra guy. I got a couple bottles of the Ezra, but
I got the 7-year that you got, but I didn't know they had stuff that went up to 126.
Yeah, so I got the 7-year. I think I got the rye, and then I got like the collection, and then this one is the 99. So there's different ones. This one, Lux Row, and then I got the actual Lux Row stuff back here. I remember when that Lux Row first came out, man. It was like crazy, like $250. This was like early two.
That double barreled, that is really good.
Yeah, Tater just entered the chat.
Hey,
Tater now.
Tater.
Cheers.
Toasted Rye. I saw that Elijah Craig Toasted Rye landed in Ohio.
Yeah, If you got a chance to get the Elijah Craig toasted rye, definitely get it. That's
Yeah.
what we tried earlier, and
That was the winner in the blind.
it beat 2 allocated bottles that go for $200 on the secondary, and it's $65 bottle.
When is Single Barrel Ohio?
That's
Tomorrow.
No, that's in December.
No, they said the Elijah Craig and the E. Guerrero is gonna be tomorrow.
No,
Right.
just a Single Barrel Saturday.
Single barrel Saturdays in December.
Is it in December?
Yeah.
It was warm last year. I remember him throwing the hand warmers or whatever, but
It was-
the blankets. But I feel like it was warm.
No, it was not warm. I had damn gloves and a blanket on.
I felt maybe it was after the first parking lot.
You know what's funny though, because I was talking about it with Greg the other day. I said to Greg, I said, man, you got a blue, black, red, green, and white Weller now. I said, how long you been doing this? He said, well, I got into bourbon when we went to Single Barrel Saturday. I was like, damn, it's been 8 months and this man's got every Weller except for the orange one.
Damn.
I still need that white one to complete, so I can take that.
He's even got a Rock Hill Farms. And
Wow.
he's got a hell of a collection, having only been into 8 months.
Yeah.
I told him, dude, I was like, you got it in at the right time.
Yeah,
you got real lucky. But, yeah, he.
Probably saved him some money by joining at the time that he did shoot.
Oh, you
to be
kidding.
honest.
But he asked me if we were gonna do Single Barrel Saturday again. I said, you kidding me? I said, hell yeah, we're doing
We
it.
had a blast,
Oh,
bro.
that was so fun.
I had so much fun that day.
We got there like an hour and a half early. I'd get there even earlier this year because it flew by. We literally just
Yeah.
sat there and bullshit the whole time and drank, and it was fun. Hell,
Yeah, I'm down.
we went to like 5 different stores.
I'm down to get to our first store early enough to where we're in like the top 5.
Oh well, I don't know about that. That's gonna be like 6 hours before
I'm
open.
down to get there like 2 or 3 hours early.
I would do that.
Yeah, I'm not down there to get there like 6, 7.
What are they saying?
Torb said he'll trade a Weller foolproof for a Stag. Stag Junior.
I've waited 20 years to get me some Stag Junior.
Torb said Ezra is solid. I like it. Hard to find though.
I'll hit a kid. I don't give a fuck. Get out of my way.
We got there and we literally just pulled. Yeah, because it was you, me, Greg.
Bro,
and
we were like 4 or 5 people away from a white label that day.
Yeah, we were. We get out of the car, we pull out lawn chairs, we sit down, we put our gloves on and put some some hand warmers in them, and we literally just sat there for like an hour and a half, talked. It flew by. This year, I agree. If we get there 3 hours before and we bring a bottle of whiskey with us and we just sit there and drink and have a good time, that 3 hours is gonna fly.
Yeah.
Where is this at?
Ohio.
Ohio.
We went to
Ohio?
Yeah.
You from Ohio?
we went to Red Bank Road last year.
Yeah.
I really like
Red
that
Bank
store.
has some good stuff.
They
Like,
do. They get a lot of allocation.
So I used to like
That's
after
where I got my fragrance.
when I used to go to summer games, I used to go out early, especially on like a Friday night or Thursday night, and just go across the bridge and I'll hit up Red Banks. But they used to have those stores in that little strip mall,
Yep.
and either you hit them right or you miss out.
That's where it is. It's on the end of the strip mall.
Yeah.
Torb, I finally convinced my wife to go to a bourbon event a couple weeks ago, and it was 500 people, and they had more than one, but
They had like 50, right?
yeah, they had a boatload, but my wife actually won top 25 to go into the store. She ended up without much advice at all. She went in there and got a white label Weller and a Bomb Burgers.
Oh, have you opened your bomb burgers yet?
I haven't opened it yet,
You're gonna like that.
but there was a toasted barrel rye Michter's in there, and
What?
and she didn't grab it because she was like I already had it. That's what she.
Yeah, but you only got like that much.
I
left.
know. I say great job.
Hey,
you know
now
what I
you
mean?
just get Elijah instead. All right.
But
I was late.
They,
I was a day late.
they also had the grainy glass in there that haven't held.
Those are good. We should do a video on those.
She
Somebody
wanted,
posted
she
Costco
wanted to
had
buy
those.
one of them. She was like, I really love that bottle, but Bomb Burgers spoke to me. I was
That-
like, you can't go wrong with it. You
The
think
bottle on the grain to glass is cool.
Yeah.
The weeded one is fantastic. The rye is
Was the
good.
Shanks better or the Bomb Burger?
Bomb Burgers.
Bomb
is what
Burgers
people
this-
are saying.
This year, last
Yeah.
year, I liked the Shanks better. I almost brought those for the stream tonight to do 23 versus 24.
We
I got a lot of ideas. We just ain't got time.
we were very close to a King of Kentucky on a couple different occasions last
yes.
year, and
I had a 5% chance yesterday to win one. I didn't win.
we were like literally in the like 4 people away from a King of Kentucky. I got people in Virginia trying to win bottles. My family and stuff like that. They were 2 away from a King of Kentucky in Virginia. We've been close several times. We just haven't.
The only thing-
lucked up.
The one thing that scares me though is I tried the King of Kentucky from 2 years ago. So last year was the 16 year. The year before was the 15. I paid $50 for an ounce at Evergreen. I went in one day in the
That's what
Evergreen
I
in
did.
Louisville, and I was like, I have to try this. I
Yeah.
paid $50. I tried it. I was disappointed. I thought it was a good pour. Don't get me wrong. It's a good bourbon, but considering everybody, advertises it and says and the price,
Yeah.
it sells it
If
as
you can get
the
it for
best bourbon
MSRP,
ever.
if you get it MSRP, it's worth it. But when you pay
yeah,
that top dollar, I wouldn't pay that.
Even the SRP is $350.
Is it?
Yes.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I've got the last 2 years of William Heavenhill. I'd take those over the King of Kentucky.
I'm so glad.
That Parker's, I think, is better than the King of
I think
Kentucky.
so.
I thought the King of Kentucky was
And
good, but
I
it was
tried-
not top 5 whiskey I've ever had. I wouldn't put King of Kentucky in it. Now I heard the 16 year was a lot better.
Yeah,
I did.
But I
I
haven't
had
tried
the
that one.
2023.
Yeah.
I did it last year
Yeah.
when all my buddies came in from BA.
That's the one I heard was
And
good.
it was good. We tried the LaRue Weller that same day next to it, right after.
that Laurel.
And,
Weller.
yeah.
WLW is the best bourbon I've ever had.
Yeah, it
I
was
love Buffalo
phenomenal.
Altogether.
Mhm.
Altogether. I had the 2021, might have been 22, with WLW, and it's the best bourbon I've ever had. Now, granted, I had it at a bar. I didn't have anything to compare side by side, but going off of memory,
Yeah.
like William Heavenhill's in my top 3. Single Rick House and Wild Turkey's in my top 3. I think that
On
one
this
had-
channel, that is a true statement. Or the LaRue Weller over George C. Stagg.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hell, we took
for sure.
We took Elijah Craig barrel proof over George T. Stagg. We even took Bland straight from the barrel over George
Yeah.
T. Stagg. Man, I love me some. Oh, that Bland straight from the barrel. I love that bottle.
Yeah, that
Hey.
blend straight from the barrel was
It's fire.
phenomenal.
But I think that Parker hit different. Parker definitely giving a run for its money.
So when I went to Louisville a couple weekends ago, my buddy had a Heaven Hill 18 waiting for me. He went to the distillery. He took a couple of his friends with him. He got 3 bottles of Heaven Hill 18. So he got one for me, one for himself, and one for one of our other friends from college. I brought sample bottles. We did Bland straight from the barrel, Buckner 17, Elijah Craig B524, and Heaven Hill 18 in the blind. And we all picked Elijah Craig B524 as the winner.
That's fun.
That's why I said I think that's my bourbon of the year, man. That B524 Elijah Craig is unreal. The Bland straight from the barrel got last for me, but it was neck and neck with the Heaven Hill 18. And then that Buckner 17 is really, really good, but it's $400.
And we said he had a Heaven Hill 18 and a Jack Daniels 12 sample. Because it's going to ruin everything for him, so he's scared to drink it.
The Heaven Hill 18, in my opinion, is not as good as Elijah Craig B524. It tastes almost the exact same in the blind. Me and my 2 friends all struggled to tell the difference between the two. I didn't tell them what was in it, and we all 3 said 2 of these samples taste the same.
We
So if you can get a B524,
I haven't had the Jack Daniels 12 this year. but everybody's putting that at the top tier.
If it's this year's, I didn't like it.
Everybody else is saying is that
Last year's is really good. That was the one I got. I love that one. The one this year had that. It tasted like this. It had that cream corn note,
yeah.
which I don't mind. But if I'm gonna pay $200 for the bottle, it better be better than that.
He said Turb didn't like that 524. Turb said they send you that.
Larceny better than ECBP this year. The A, I never tried any of the Larcenies this year, but the A124 Elijah Craig, garbage. That was one of the worst Elijah Craigs I've ever had. The B524 I love. The more it opens up, the further I get down my bottle, the sweeter it gets. Like I said earlier, I've already finished one B524, and then I bought 2 more.
Yeah.
I love that B524.
Yeah.
And I know, like, some other people agree with you, Torp. So I've seen some other people on YouTube say that they didn't like the B524. If you didn't like B524, you're going to really like the Heaven Hill 18, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
The people that didn't like Heaven Hill 18 really liked the B524, which is me. So the Heaven Hill 18 will probably ruin a lot of things for you, considering.
It's not high proof, so Brady's not a fan.
Well, it's still 120 proof.
Yeah.
Torp said I like Elijah Craig's store picks better. There's some banger 9 years. Yeah, man, one of my favorite stores, Uncorked. They did an 8-year Elijah Craig last year, and it's one of the best Elijah Craig store picks I've ever had.
Well, Knob Creek.
Out of the store picks.
Knob Creek 9 years is a banger for real.
Knob Creek. If I see a Knob
The
Creek
120.
pick, man, they're 9 years old and they're $55.
Can't beat that.
That is like the best value. That's $10 more than this, and it's 2 to 3 years older.
Yeah.
You can't beat those, man. I love Knob Creek store picks. I think this year, I know we talked about it, but we should take like 30 bottles that we got this year and blind them and do a bracket
The bracket breakdown.
to come up with our whiskey of the year.
So since it's football season is in line, and it's about that time we're gonna do our draft this weekend. So I'm sure we'll be here for football, probably the first football Sunday. I think Chef B might make a guest appearance, or probably Saturday. We'll have a Saturday game, so we probably can do some NFL Saturday, and we'll probably set up a bracket and we can break it down. I've got a ton that I can probably throw in the bracket. You've got a ton. Chris also's got a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll just do like a bracket. It's gonna be a rough Saturday, but I think we can pull it off. But
He said fantasy whiskey, let's go.
let's go. But I think we're getting close to wrapping it up. I hope you all enjoyed the video.
Damn, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. But if you're new to the channel, man, please give us that subscription. Give us the thumbs up, the like. I think from here on out, I'm pushing to hit that 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I'm working on a few things. Shout out to RJ the Fred. I know he just hit his 1,000 subscription, and within a year, and he's pushing. He's putting in the footwork. He's been bringing y'all great content. He's been hitting y'all with the live, hitting y'all on the hunts. So I want to absolutely congratulate him on hitting his 1,000 subs. Agent Zero, you know, we've cut up on his live a couple times, which has been pretty awesome. But we'll definitely be able to try to hit that 1,000 by the end of the year. Agent Zero, in about 2 weeks, we're going to Keeneland for the races. We missed you at the Kentucky Derby, so I know you're local, and let's link up at Keeneland, man. Let's get some bourbon and some horses going. I do enjoy the ponies, also Chris as well. Brady will be there, so you probably get to hang out with all three of us at the same time. But with that, man, I would say thank you all so much for joining us. Listen to us ramble, eat pizza, trying to stay hydrated, drinking many waters, not White Claws. What do you say?
He said y'all got to do regular video frame. This is like a live short format.
Yeah, I think I need to switch to my GoPro because we're streaming from the phone but on the live, but for some reason every time I go to where it opens it up, it says it's locked. So I got to figure out a few things. So it's still a work in progress. Maybe once we get monetized, we can get some upgraded equipment. So it's like we're here like hustling flow. It's hard out here for a pimp. We try to get the money for the rent. So we're just trying to make do with what we got. But as time goes by,
We should try that GoPro camera you just bought though.
Yeah.
Something.
so we'll get better on the picture quality and the setup. I know every now and again the microphone makes our speech a little bit delayed, but on live it's perfectly fine. But I don't know what's going on with that. But we'll definitely get it to where we can get you a good panoramic view while we're streaming. And like I said again, thanks for all the support. Thanks for joining in on the live. We love the interaction with the subscribers. So like jump in on the chat, man. Talk to us. We do enjoy it. Brady the Great. This hat is covering a head of knowledge when it comes to bourbon. He's definitely the guy to chop it up with one-on-one and get your info if you're curious about something. He's tried a lot more bourbons than Chris and I combined, and we've tried a lot, but Brady definitely has tried a bunch more than we have. I'm pretty particular. I'm kind of setting my ways from time to time. Brady's have to kind of open Pandora box, and we've been trying stuff. The other day we did like a bottom shelf top twist, we call it the twist tops. And man, some of those I think would give them top dollar bourbons a run for their money. So
Yeah. Torp said quality's A+. Thank you, Torp. We appreciate everyone that watched. We appreciate everybody that liked the video, subscribed tonight. Thank you guys, everyone that has supported us through this entire journey so far.
So the goal, we're gonna try to hit that 1,000 by the end of the year. We'll be hitting a lot more live here in the upcoming weeks. Next big holiday is this weekend, but probably won't be able to go live this weekend. Depending, maybe later in the evening. We probably after the draft, how these guys do. We got a fantasy football draft coming up, so we might go live. I might catch the tail end of it and meet up with these guys and try to do something. But Halloween's coming up.
Just wait, we'll have plenty of new stuff coming up in the month of September. All the big stuff's dropping. Doing a lot of traveling. I know you guys are gonna be looking a bunch. We're gonna have plenty of stuff to review next month.
Yeah,
I've also got several bottles I've been saving for Fresh Crack Friday. I just brought the Jack today. I've got a few more that I haven't
I
cracked
got
yet.
a couple of fresh cracks that I need a fresh crack. Don't even look at the top. I'm talking like Olive. You're automatically like looking at the top.
I just turned around.
Like, we're looking like this level.
Rock Hill.
I just turned around.
Willet Purple Top.
You got a Rock Hill open already.
I do not have a Rock Hill Farms open.
We got 2 Rock Hills, so we can start.
I own 1 Rock Hill Farms and it's not open yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll open my Rock Hill when you open your Pappy.
Man, I'm already over some top. Alright.
We're gonna have to discuss this online, folks. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody.
We shutting it down. I hope y'all enjoy. You ain't gotta go home.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Torp. E. Stater, good to hear from you. Puff Sullivan. Anybody else that popped in, appreciate the love. Catch y'all on the next one.
This I got a poppy sample. Whoever got that poppy, you got that pappy?
You got the Pappy sample for a nice reminder.
Alright.
We can pour it up together, Torp.
Well, cheers, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed.
We look forward to the samples, Torp.
Thanks for tuning in,
Drop
guys.
us in the inbox. It's Bourbon Jamaican at gmail.com, or like I said, find us on Facebook and just drop us something in the messenger.
You gonna drink that?